hi. This is Wednesday. Everyone misses Wednesday. Hi guys, how's it going? It is me, Megan, and this is Sunday. Say hi. They haven't seen you in such a long time. Look how big you got. And if you guys are new to my channel, I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark and a few other platforms, but mostly Poshmark. And here on YouTube, I like to make reseller content. I'll do soul videos, I'll do unboxings, I'll do all that good stuff. So if that is something you guys are interested in, please make sure to like and subscribe, and that way you'll never miss one of my videos. Okay, I was just about to say, she's been letting me hold her so long without crying. Yeah, you guys might be like, where are you sitting? I'm actually in my living room right now. It is a dark and rainy day, so I thought, why not try and sit by our closest window, which is in the living room. And yeah, if you hear anything, it's probably my cats, maybe my husband, but it's just where I'm gonna get the best lighting. So we're gonna work with it today. Another What Sold Sunday. I think you guys all know the drill by now. I will be going over my sales from the last week, which was January 22nd to yesterday, which was the 28th. So pretty much the last full week of January. I've been feeling pretty good about this month. This last week wasn't one of my best, but it wasn't terrible, which is great. Great way to end the month. As long as it wasn't a bad week, I am happy. I keep mentioning that I need to go to the bins. Again, I didn't go last week. I've just been so busy with a bunch of like really random small things. And every time I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go, like an appointment comes up or something. So I'm like, I don't want to have to worry about rushing back because again, the bins are so far away. And yeah, I just need to mentally prepare myself before I go. But hopefully next week will be a good week to do that, this coming week, because I really, really need stuff to list, and I need stuff in bulk, and I need stuff that's affordable. So we'll see, but hopefully that goes well. But yeah, I'm gonna get into my sales. I hope you guys all had a good sales week and a good sales month, and I'd love to hear from you guys about how that went. But yeah, we're gonna start with last Sunday, January 22nd. I had 4 sales. I sold these new at tag H&M girls flare pants. I believe I got these at the bins. I picked them up because they were new at tags. Kids stuff really hasn't been doing the best for me. Same with men's stuff. It used to do a lot better. Could be the stuff I'm picking up, but yeah, hasn't been doing as well for me. Again, I think I got these because they were new at tags, but H&M is probably one of my it's probably my worst performing brand, like even worse than Forever 21 or some of those other cheapy fast fashion brands. Like H&M is like the worst. So don't know why I picked them up. I've been sitting on them for a while, but they finally sold for $9, and after fees I made $6.05. Then I had a really good sale. I sold these new at tag Theory flannel trousers. I don't think I posted this haul video yet, but it was from like last October. I might post it this week. But I went to a local Goodwill and I was looking in the women's like dress pants section, which I don't always do, but for whatever reason I was over there and I found some really nice dress pants. I think the same person donated all of them. They were all bigger sizes I should say, not really that big. I think like size 16 maybe. And yeah, I was really excited. They were like newer Theory pants. I think I found LaFleur new at tags, which I've never found before, and again in a good size, so that was really exciting. This was the first pair of those pants to sell, so I know like expensive things take longer to sell, but I was hoping these pieces would sell a little bit faster. But anyway, I am glad that these sold. So cute, very, you know, trendy trouser. They end up selling for $97 on Poshmark, and then after fees I made $75.88. Then I sold this vintage Bugle Boy jacket. This was actually my own jacket. I've really been going through my closet because I really don't have a lot of space here in this new apartment, and I definitely don't have a lot of space for jackets. I live in California now. If it's a jacket that I haven't worn in a really long time, like we just went through most of the winter, if I haven't worn it, I'm probably not gonna like ever wear it, so I might as well sell it. This is one of those jackets. I don't know if you guys remember, but I got this at a tag sale like in 2020 or 2021, and I don't think I've ever worn it, but I thought it was really cute and I kept it for myself. That tag sale was great. I found some really amazing pieces, but decided to finally sell this piece. It ended up selling for 32. I didn't list it for very much, but it sold for 32 on Poshmark, and then after fees I made 23.88. And then my last sale on Sunday was another really great sale. It was this brand, the Reset R label. And I mentioned this I think at least once or twice before, but again, I'd love to know if you guys know more about this brand. I don't know too much about this brand, but this was the first time I had found it. I found it at Savers. It felt so high quality. It was like a cashmere, did I write it down? Cashmere wool blend sweater, so cute. And I had never ever heard of the brand. I looked it up, comps were pretty good. I bought it. After this sweater, I have found a jumpsuit at a Crossroads that sold, I think that sold for around 50. And then I found trousers that same day. I found all those other trousers I was talking about mixed in with those expensive trousers. And I know it's an expensive brand. I just don't know how popular it is, if I'm finding it a lot because it's based in San Francisco or something. But yeah, I'd never seen it before. I've never heard of it before, but I found it like several times recently. So I'd like to know if you guys had experience with that brand or if you know more about it. But yeah, this sweater was getting tons and tons of attention. I think I had it listed for $99 originally, and somebody offered me $70. I decided to accept because I was sitting on it for a while. These did not sell overnight, these pieces by this brand, but it did sell for $70, and then after fees, I made $56. I probably spent maybe like at most 10 bucks on that sweater, but I probably spent more around like maybe $8. I'm not sure. Savers can get pretty expensive. Then Monday, I had two sales. I sold this Old Navy active wear bodysuit. I got this at a local thrift store that I can't remember the name of. I've only been to it once. It was a little bit weird in the sense that I think they get a lot of items from Old Navy and Athleta and Gap, but they cut the labels out, or maybe the brand cuts them out before they send it to them. But I did find a few newer like Old Navy Athleta pieces that I purchased to resell. This was one of them, but it didn't have like a tag, so I didn't know the size. I took measurements and I guessed, and I couldn't even find this style online, so I don't know if it was like a sample piece or if they just haven't released it yet. So I just kind of put all that information in the listing. I'd found two. I got it in a light blue color that sold a while ago, and then this was the brown one that just sold. It sold for $40, and then after fees, I made $30.28. And again, I'd probably spend at most 10 bucks on that because my average cost of goods for around here is $10. Then I sold this Fabletics two-piece set. Fabletics doesn't really do the best for me, but my sister-in-law actually gave me, like I've mentioned the last few weeks, a bunch of clothes that she was getting rid of for me to resell if I wanted to. And she did have a bunch of Fabletics pieces, but I absolutely loved, I think I saw the leggings first when I was looking through her stuff. I loved these leggings. And then I saw that she had the matching sports bra that was reversible. And I'm like, this is the perfect like Valentine's Day workout set. It was so cute. Definitely the cutest thing I've ever seen Fabletics put out. And they do put out like cute and nice things, but it's just doesn't sell very well for me. But I loved this set and I was excited to sell it. It ended up selling for $30 on Poshmark, and after fees I made $24. I think I could have waited and got a little bit more for it, but again, Fabletics doesn't sell super well, and I'm trying to not be too picky about how much I'm getting for these items that were free to me, because I just want the money for them, you know, and I don't want to have to hold on to them for a long time. Anyway, and then on Tuesday, I sold 5 things. I think Tuesday I probably had the most sales. I sold these John Galt brown sweatpants. I picked these up recently at a Savers. I think they wanted like $5-ish for them, which is shocking. So that's not very much. And then I had a 20% off coupon that a very nice lady gave me as I was walking into the store, because she didn't use it, I guess. But yeah, I decided to pick these up because I actually do like to sell John Galt and Brandy Melville pieces, especially if I think they're cute and trendy. They're pretty easy to find model photos for, and they do get a lot of attention in my closet. I do prefer to get them at the bins, but these weren't priced up, so I did pick them up. They sold pretty quickly. They sold for $20 on Poshmark, and after fees I made $16. Again, I think I could have got a little bit more for them, but I was getting a ton of lowball offers because Brandy Melville really isn't that expensive to begin with. So I decided to accept, and yeah. Then I sold this vintage 90s Talbot sweater dress. I love this dress. I actually found this the same day I was talking about those trousers that I saw at Goodwill. I found this that same day. So back in October, I was really hoping this would sell for the winter, like Christmas season, but it didn't. I had it listed pretty high at 90. It got so much attention on like every platform, but mostly Depop. I had like 87 likes on this piece at the end when I sold it. But yeah, it didn't sell for Christmas, so I really didn't think it was gonna sell at all this winter season. So when someone offered me 50, I did decide to accept. Again, I really think I could have got more for it, but I didn't want to have to wait a whole nother year to sell it. So it sold for 50, and after fees I made 40. And again, probably spent like 10 bucks on it. Then I had a flip sale, these DL 1961 distressed jeans. DL 1961 is an expensive brand, but it's not really a brand I would pay up or pick up in most cases. I'd probably consider it at the bins, but I'd really only pick it up then and like pay up for it if it was like a very modern, very cool style. Because if they're just a simple skinny jean or even like a very simple like straight leg jean, I don't know if I would pick them up. I would definitely have to like look up comps and everything because yeah, I just haven't had the best of luck with it. But they did end up selling for $29. After Poshmark fees, I made $23.20, and then after flip consignment fees, I made $8.70. Then I sold these Athleta bar cinch pants. I got these at that Savers again. I think I went a couple of weeks ago. I was kind of going back and forth on it, and then when I did buy them and I was listing them, I kind of regretted it because I don't do the best with Athleta, and I really only want to be paying up for those pieces that I know are going to sell well. But I liked the way these looked. I hated the model photo, so I don't even know if I ended up putting it in the listing at all. But they kind of looked like jogger style, but then on the model they looked more just like cropped leggings. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But when they sold pretty fast, I was definitely happy. Again, I think these were like, they wanted $9-ish for them, and then I had 20% off. So they sold for $36 on Poshmark, and then after fees, I made $28.80. And then the last thing I sold were these Hanes new without tag sweatpants. I got these in not a bulk box, in like a women's 25-piece box maybe years ago. I don't know what I was thinking, keeping them for so long, but usually these like pull-on style pants in a plus size do really well for me. I just think because, you know, they're Hanes, they're not very expensive, I don't know. But they ended up selling for $9, and then after fees, I made $6.05. Then Wednesday, I had 2 sales. I sold another flip piece, this BCBG Maxaria mini dress. I liked the model photo for this dress, but I don't ever pick up BCBG Maxaria anymore. I would if I was still selling to THREDUP because I feel like it did better on there. But personally, it just doesn't do very well for me. Again, it would have to be a very, very pretty dress. I do think I picked up one at the bins last year at some point because I thought it was so gorgeous, and I loved the model photo for it too, and I do think it sold well. But I don't really expect to get too much out of their clothes, and I do feel like they're pretty oversaturated at this point. But this was in a flip lot. It sold for $28. After Posh fees, I made $22.40, and then after flip consignment fees, I made $7. And then the last thing I sold on Wednesday were these Bryn Walker linen pants. Bryn Walker, I hadn't really heard of too much before, but I saw them at the bins. Comps seemed pretty good. So I think this was actually the second time I had found this brand. I picked up a dress earlier. I still have that dress listed. Probably need to lower the price, but it's linen, and going into the spring and summer, that's nice to have in my closet. They ended up selling for $28 on Poshmark, and after fees, I made $22.40. And then Thursday, I had 3 sales. I sold this H&M Cher graphic tee. I got this at the bins. I thought it was funny because it doesn't really look like Cher, but it was. I just really liked the print on it. I don't really source graphic tees too often because I don't really like going through them at Goodwill. I feel like they're really picked over, and there's just so many that it's really hard to find anything good. So when I see it at the bins, I do tend to pick them up if I like the print. It ended up selling for $16 on Poshmark, and after fees I made $12.80. Then I sold this Billabong Floral Romper. This was from my sister-in-law as well. I thought it was cute. Again, I do pretty well with Billabong, O'Neill, Volcom, those like beachy brands. I don't get too much for them, but they do seem to sell pretty well. I think, again, I could have got a little bit more for this, but I'm not trying to be picky for the things I get for free. I'm glad they're selling quickly. So it did end up selling for $10, and then after fees, I made $7.05. And the last thing I sold on Thursday was this Fabletics 7-piece lot. Again, my sister-in-law gave me a bunch of Fabletics pieces, and I decided to lot up a bunch of them that I didn't think would do as well. Probably should just lotted up everything that wasn't that cute set that I sold earlier in the week, because I think I kept one pair of leggings separate and I don't think they're gonna sell, but whatever. My Plato's Closet apparently is asking for Fabletics pieces, so I could just bring it to them and see if they'll take it. But yeah, I didn't know what to price this at. I think I priced it at 70. No, I might have lowered it to 60. I'm not sure. But I'm like, what do I price like a 7-piece lot at? I'm like, okay, 70, then it's like $10 a piece. I don't know. But someone was lowballing me on it, and I was regretting not accepting it, but I just wanted to see if like a lot of Fabletics things would do well, because I do find it a lot, and if I could just like I'm saying that word a lot. If I could just lot them all together in the future, if I find a bunch of stuff at like the bins, and see if like people would buy that. So I was very happy when it ended up selling for $60, and then after fees I made $48. And I think it's especially nice to sell things like the athletic wear in lots, because it's like a one-stop shop for somebody who's like, I'm working out now, I need more athletic clothing, I just want to buy all this stuff at once and I don't have to go and buy all these pieces separately. So I was really happy that that sold. And then Friday I only had 2 sales. It wasn't a great day for me reselling wise, but I sold this vintage Chicago Bulls denim button-up. I thought this was really cool. I found it at the bins and I just kind of, you know, thought it was a cool piece. I don't think it was getting much attention on my platforms, but on Depop someone offered me $15 and I accepted, and after fees I made $13.50. And then I sold a bundle from the 5 for $25 part of my closet, which I probably will be getting rid of. I do this every once in a while. I'll have this large part of my closet where things are 5 for $25 because I'm pretty much too lazy to just get rid of them. And the first time I did it, people were buying a lot of stuff from that. Second time I did it, people aren't using it as much. So eventually I'm just gonna get rid of these clothes and then, yeah, get rid of that part of my closet. But someone did buy a lot of 5 things. It was this Laura Jane sports bra. I've heard good things about Laura Jane, so I picked up the sports bra at the bins, but it wasn't getting much attention, so I just shoved it in that part of my closet. This Billie Eilish long sleeve that I got for like $1 at a Plato's Closet sale. This Chaser long sleeve that I got, I think at the bins or in a bulk box of some sort. That I've heard good things about Chaser also, but the comps I don't think are there. I've not had good luck selling that brand. This H&M chunky sweater, which I did get in a bulk box. Again, H&M doesn't do well for me, but I loved this sweater and I didn't want to just get rid of it for it to end up in a landfill or something. So I was really hoping I could just sell it. And then this Talbot's poncho, which came from a flip lot that I did decide to buy out because I've never done that before. I always just return the items if they don't sell. But this flip lot had one dress that I really wanted to continue selling, and I thought it still hasn't sold yet, but I'm hoping to get a decent amount for it. So in buying the lot came this Talbot's poncho that I did not like, but I'm glad it sold. It all sold for $25, and then after fees I made $20, so that's about $4 per item, which isn't too bad. And then on Saturday, yesterday, I had 4 sales. I sold this Lulu's blush lace mini dress. I got this at the bins. I like finding Lulu's at the bins. Their mini dresses don't do as well for me as like their maxi or midi length dresses, but I do tend to pick them up again if I find them at the bins. I think this is perfect for Valentine's Day. Sold for $21, and then after fees, I made $16.80. Then I sold this Nike Sherpa Vest on Depop. This was my own. I got it at a Plato's Closet for myself, and I did wear it once or twice. It's definitely more of my Portland vibe than it is like a San Francisco vibe for me. So I decided to sell it because I knew I wasn't gonna like reach for it and wear it a bunch. It ended up selling on Depop for $55, and then after fees, I made $46.70. Then I found this really, really cool Lululemon funnel neck pullover last week, I think, at Goodwill. And I knew it was Lululemon, but I couldn't find the logo. I found the size tag. There was no pockets, but it was just like in the lining of it. Like, I don't know how to explain that. So I knew it was Lululemon, and then when I got it back, I realized where the logo was. It wasn't like one of your normal logos that you would see. It was like a tab logo sewn in the bottom, the same color as the rest of the piece, but anyway, it was Lululemon. It was a newer piece, super cool, sold out online. I listed for $90 and it actually ended up selling for $90, again, within a week, and after fees, I made $72. And then the last thing I sold was this Urban Outfitters Paisley Robe. I got this at the Escondido Goodwill Clearance Center. That's kind of like the bins in Southern California when I was there for the holidays. I really liked the print on this robe. It was like a 2XL. I like to pick up Urban Outfitters pieces when I see them at the bins, specifically the Urban Outfitter brand, and not so much like BDG, unless they're really cute, trendy jeans or pants mostly. Or like any of their other like brands that they carry. Usually when it says Urban Outfitters, I get like a better return on them. But yeah, really cool robe. It sold for $28, and after fees, I made $19.72. And at that bins, it wasn't paid by the pound. It was like 15 items for $25. So it was like $2.50 maybe. But yeah. So my gross total for this week was $798, and after fees of $196.99, I ended up netting $601.61, and I am very happy with that. I'm so glad I hit 600 at least. I didn't know if I was actually gonna have a good sales week this week when I was adding up the numbers, because I did have a couple of days where I didn't have very many sales, and the sales I did have were not big sales whatsoever. So I'm glad I ended on a $600 week. Hopefully I'll get to the bins this week and start off February really strong with getting a bunch of listings out there. I'd love to know what you guys are doing and how your sales are going and how your sourcing is going. And yeah, I hope you guys had a great January. I hope you guys have an amazing February, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.